Lu Yanran, daughter of a disgraced minister, was auctioned off at the Red Mansion. My husband, the young marquis, spent his entire fortune to win her favor, bidding for her first night. In my past life, I stopped him with a sudden heart attack. He then passed the imperial examinations as I wished, achieving great success. But Lu Yanran never waited for him. After being brutally mistreated by Crown Prince Qin Zihan, she took her own life in bitter resentment. On the day of his success, I celebrated joyfully for my husband. Yet he plunged a dagger into my heart. You venomous woman! You feigned heart palpitations to make me miss my chance, causing Yanran's death. I demand you pay with your life. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day Lu Yanran was executed, just 3 days before the imperial exams. This time, I would never stop the young marquis again. I wanted to live, but I also wanted him dead. Clutching my chest, the palpitations struck again. This time, they were worse than ever. Xiao Tao, worried, supported me. Mistress, I'll go fetch the young marquis. He just left not long ago. Wait! I hurriedly called her back. This lifetime, I resolved not to stop Su Heng again. Go to Shilin Pharmacy and fetch Dr. Lin. Just as Xiao Tao was about to leave, Su Yan blocked her path. Amo Ningxue, you're faking illness again. What? Trying to stop my brother from seeing Sister Yanran? I won't let you succeed. The Lu Yanran Su Yan mentioned was young Master Su Heng's white moonlight. The three of them had grown up together since childhood. I clutched my chest painfully, suppressing the discomfort. Su Yan, I am your sister-in-law after all. How dare you speak to me like this? I'm having a heart attack. I feel truly awful. Su Yan scrutinized me from head to toe. Stop putting on that act. My brother was fooled by you, but I won't fall for it. If you're having a heart attack, then hurry up and die. Once you're dead, you can give the position of legitimate wife back to Sister Yanran. Gasping for breath, I had to lean on Xiao Tao to steady myself. Lu Yanran is the daughter of a traitor. The emperor decreed all Lu family women become imperial courtesans. How could the young marquis ever marry her? Su Yan pointed an accusing finger at me. Even as an imperial courtesan, Sister Yanran is 100 times nobler than you. Mark my words, Yanran is the only sister-in-law I recognize. My chest throbbed fiercer than before. Had I escaped Su Heng's blade only to be bled dry by Su Yan in this lifetime? Seeing my agony reach its peak, Xiao Tao shoved Su Yan aside. If our mistress truly dies, I'll see how you explain this to the young master. Su Yan was shoved aside by Xiao Tao, forced to step back. You worthless servant, how dare you push me? You'll pay for this. Xiao Tao rushed out the door to find Dr. Lin. Su Yan flung her arm out and followed. My consciousness grew hazy. Was I really going to die like this? Scenes from the past flashed by like a galloping horse, bloody, agonizingly painful. In my previous life, my heart ached unbearably, and Xiao Tao helped me chase Su Heng back. Fearing something might truly happen to me, Su Heng reluctantly turned back. At the brothel's red pavilion, Prince Qin Zihan bid generously for Lu Yanan's first night. But Su Heng, whom Lu Yanan longed for, never appeared. After a night of passion, Lu Yanan was left battered and bruised. When Su Heng returned to find her the next day, he discovered Lu Yanran naked, having poisoned herself. A single sheet of paper clutched in her hand. Su Heng, you betrayed me. I hate you. Su Heng collapsed on the spot. He spent a fortune to reclaim her body. How could I have married such a vicious woman? Had you not feigned heart palpitations, I would have gone to the Red Pavilion. Even if it cost me my entire fortune, I would have saved Yanran. It's all your fault. You killed her. Su Heng carried Lu Yanran's body past me, now a stranger. Su Heng buried Lu Yanran beneath the peach tree where they had pledged their love. From that day on, his eyes saw only that peach tree. Half a month later, Su Heng achieved top honors in the imperial examinations, his glory eclipsing even the second-place finisher, Qin Zihan. I rejoiced for him, yet what Su Heng gave me in return was a heart brimming with resentment and a cold, merciless death. Dr. Lin finally arrived, and I stopped my wild imaginings. Madam Su, you must take care of your health. Your palpitations have grown worse. I nodded. Having already faced death once, I knew I must be doubly cautious. Seeing I truly summoned Dr. Lin, Suyen crossed her arms in disdain. What a convincing performance! Dr. Lin, how much did she pay you? Dr. Lin looked puzzled, bowing in response. Madame Su does indeed suffer from palpitations. It has persisted for over a year now. Suyen pondered for a moment, then realized with a start. You're so calculating. You only saved my brother once. How could falling into the water once cause lasting palpitations? Exchanging a single act of saving a life for the position of legitimate wife now, isn't that enough? I was so furious my chest ached, and I truly couldn't be bothered to respond. A year ago, while passing by Tianyin Temple to pray, I happened upon Su Heng drowning. Unable to swim, he was in dire straits. I leapt into the water to save him. As an unmarried maiden, my disheveled, wet state after the rescue, and such closeness with an unbetrothed man, was highly improper. With no other choice, Su Heng had to propose marriage to me. I was naturally delighted, for I had long harbored affection for him. In the capital, I'd heard tales of the young Marquis Su Heng, a man of exceptional grace and striking beauty. After I married into the Su household, Su Heng discovered poems I had written in the past. So you've liked me all along? Seems Yanran was right, you're far too calculating. That drowning incident must have been your scheme too. How convenient that you happened to save me. I protested repeatedly, but Su Heng refused to listen. Lu Yanran frequently entered the Su residence, showing me no regard whatsoever. Well, Xuening, I never imagined a mere woman like you would possess such courage and strength to risk your life saving Su Heng. Quite the skill. But I must thank you on Su Heng's behalf. If anything had happened to him, I wouldn't have known what to do. Lu Yanan treated Su Heng as her own husband, as if I were the outsider. Right in front of me, she took Su Heng's hand. Su Heng and I have known each other for over a decade. We've always been close. You're not jealous, are you? Su Yan sneered deliberately. What right does she have to be jealous? Maybe it was all planned. She deliberately made my brother indebted to her. I hurried to defend myself. I'm not. I just happened to be passing by. Lu Yanan covered her mouth with a faint smile. For a young lady like you to go to Tianyin Temple for blessings without bringing any servants, how very strange indeed. Su Heng, look how flustered she is. Then she sighed softly. I suppose I should visit the Su residence less often, lest I disturb your deep marital affection. Su Heng promptly wrapped his arm around her shoulder, trying to comfort her. He shot me a hateful sideways glance. If anyone dares say a word, I'll make them leave. Fortunately, justice prevailed. Not long after, the Lu family was confiscated. Lu Yanan could no longer appear at the Su residence, but Su Heng frequently visited her at the Red Pavilion. After that incident in the water, I developed a persistent heart palpitations. Su Heng accompanied me to see doctors several times. Though it eased the symptoms, it couldn't cure the condition. But Su Yan refused to believe it. She thought I was just using tricks to get Su Heng to stay with me. I shook my head helplessly, gazing at Su Yan and pointing toward the doorway. Get out! Su Yan crossed her arms, smirking triumphantly. No way. I came to take you to the Red Pavilion so you can see for yourself how my brother treats Sister Yanran. You're not even worth a single strand of Sister Yanran's hair. I lay back down to rest. I'm not going. If you like it, go by yourself. Su Yan yanked me up. Didn't you already take the medicine? What are you pretending for? Come on. I really want to see you break down right here. My body was weak, I couldn't resist Su Yan's tugging and half-heartedly climbed into the carriage. A thought secretly formed in my mind. Su Heng, who was about to take the imperial examinations, had caused a citywide scandal over a courtesan. Just wait until the palace examination, let's see how he faces the emperor's interrogation. Throwing away his official career for a courtesan? Serves him right. Su Heng really went to the Red Pavilion, and his servant AC brought quite a few silver notes. Lu Yanan stood center stage, her crimson gown outlining her exquisite form, a graceful jade neck, creamy bosom, and willow-like waist radiating allure. Her delicate feet danced lightly to the phoenix seeks its mate, her cold yet spirited performance utterly captivating the crowd, drawing repeated cheers. Spotting Soo-Hung in the crowd, Lu Yanran covered her mouth with a soft, loving smile, radiating tenderness beyond words. Qin Zihan followed her gaze and saw his rival, letting out a cold, disdainful snort. The madam wore a fawning smile. Welcome, everyone. Tonight marks Madame Lu Yanran's inaugural auction. Bidding is now open. The moment the words left her lips, bids began flying. 500 taels. 600 taels. 1,000 taels. It was Soo-Hung. Several young masters nearby sneered in disdain. I'd heard the young marquis was upright and above such places. Seems even he couldn't resist a beauty. You don't know, Miss Yanran and the young marquis were already deeply in love. If the Lu family hadn't been confiscated, the Mo family's heiress would never have snatched him away. And now, in broad daylight, Mo Shuiying saves the young marquis from drowning? Seems he has a taste for these wanton, seductive women. Su-Hang's brow furrowed as he glared angrily at the group. Shut up! The patrons of the brothel were all high-ranking officials and nobles, none willing to back down. A young master nearby, clearly displeased, raised his fist but was restrained by others. Enough, enough. 2,000 taels. A voice rang out from another corner. Soo-Hung looked over and was surprised to see it was the crown prince's heir, Qin Zihan. Soo-Hung stepped forward and bowed. Crown prince's heir, Qin Zihan, would you do me the favor of letting me have Miss Yanran? Qin Zihan's phoenix eyes narrowed in a cold, arrogant glare tinged with malice. Impossible. Su-Hang's gaze turned icy as he fixed an unpleased stare on Qin Zihan. Turning toward the stage, Su-Hung declared in a clear voice, 2,000 taels, plus 1 imperial bestowed Jingfu Changmian hairpin. The crowd gasped, even an imperial gift was being offered. A sea tugged at Su-Hang's sleeve. Young Marquis, if the master finds out, we'll be beaten to death. Su-Hung shook off a sea's hand. No matter what, I cannot let Yanran fall into another's hands. A sea sighed. Young Marquis, even if you protect her for one night, what about afterward? She remains a government-sanctioned courtesan. Su-Hang's face darkened, and he shot Asila a fierce glare. Asila flinched, quickly ducking her head, too afraid to say another word. Su-Yan and I sat on the second floor, wearing silk conical hats. Su-Yan wore a look of smug satisfaction. See? My brother treats Sister Yanran so well. I snorted coldly. He's brainless, and so are you. If your father finds out, what do you think will happen to the young Marquis? Su-Yan dismissed the concern. You're just jealous. The bidding on the first floor remained fierce. Qin Zihan stepped forward to examine the Jingfu Changmian hairpin, his gaze cold as he looked at Su-Hung. I'll match that. I'll add the imperial gift of the Ryong Qinshu hairpin. And my own hand. The room fell deathly silent, quiet enough to hear a pin drop. The madam gave an awkward chuckle. Prince Qin, you flatter me. You're a precious jewel, how could you part with something so valuable? Qin Zihan stood before Su-Hung, raising his right hand. I wonder, young Master Su, would you dare wager with me? Su-Hung showed no fear. How shall we wager? We'll wager on the color of Miss Lu's undershirt. If you win, I'll forfeit this hand to you. If I win, I'll keep yours. Su-Hang's face flushed crimson with fury, they were actually betting on Lu Yanan's intimate garment. Insolent! You audacious rogue! Qin Zihan threw back his head and roared with laughter. We're in the red pavilion now, what's the point of feigning virtue? This had already surpassed the items up for auction tonight, and the others all took a few steps back. Lu Yanran's eyes were reddened. She clutched her silk handkerchief tightly, standing there like a red lotus that could topple at any moment, unsure of what to do. Su-Hung gritted his teeth. What if neither of us is right? Qin Zihan waved his hand dismissively. If neither of us is right, I'll admit defeat. But I bet you won't dare take that wager. Coward. Su-Hung glanced at Lu Yanan. Suddenly, she released her grip on the silk handkerchief, a pink one embroidered with a pair of golden mandarin ducks. I'll take it. Pink. Lu Yanen's eyes widened in terror. Su Heng's pupils contracted. Had he guessed wrong? From the second floor, peering through the veiled silk at Lu Yanen on stage, I sensed something was off. Su Yan gripped her wine glass tighter, her tension mounting. Hope Prince Qin guessed wrong too. I flashed an almost imperceptible smile. I really don't feel well. I'm leaving first. Su Yan grabbed my arm. What? Aren't you curious about the result? My brother would risk his life for Sister Yanran. I bet you're green with envy. After today, their love will spread throughout the capital. Just wait to be mocked and ridiculed. I looked at Su Yan as if she were a fool. I was willing to grant them their mutual affection, but not by stepping over my dead body to climb higher. Keep groveling. I have no interest in their affairs. But you, an unmarried girl found here, trouble will find you sooner or later. Worried about her reputation, Su Yan didn't want to make a scene. She reluctantly let go of me, though her words remained sharp. Don't. You must witness true love conquering all. I nodded. It truly is a match made in heaven. He loves her, she loves him. If I don't help your brother today, I'd be a villain for all time. Su Yan grew even more brazen. My brother must be blind to marry you. Once we bring Sister Yanran home today, you'll be waiting for a divorce. Yes, yes, yes. Second young miss is absolutely right. Downstairs, all eyes turned back to Qin Zihan. He tapped his temple thoughtfully. My guess is red. The madam stepped forward and yanked open Lu Yanran's sash. Lu Yanran gasped, hastily shielding her chest with her hands. The red robe fell away, followed by a white undergarment. As it was pulled open, a crimson belly band was revealed. Lu Yanran covered herself in humiliation, tears falling uncontrollably. Su Heng stared in disbelief, retreating 2 steps in horror. Qin Zihan laughed triumphantly, stepping forward swiftly to stand before Lu Yanran. He pulled her into his embrace. Congratulations, Prince Qin. You've won the beauty. The crowd offered congratulations, but Su Heng seemed to have lost his soul. Someone, bring a knife. Qin Zihan's servant had already drawn a dagger from his belt. Su Yan trembled violently, clutching my sleeve tightly. What should we do? What should we do? He can't cut off my brother's hand. I pressed her down. Calm down. The crown prince has no grudge against the young duke. He's probably just bluffing. My eyes flickered, the corners of my mouth curling slightly, yet my heart brimmed with anticipation. These two were mortal rivals in the imperial examinations. This time, Su Heng was doomed. Su Yan pushed me away, yanked off her conical hat, and rushed downstairs. Why, isn't this the second young miss of the Su household? An unmarried maiden visiting the brothel? What exemplary family values the Sus have? Whispers rippled through the crowd as onlookers ogled Su Yan with lecherous stares. If you lords can't buy Yanran's virginity tonight, this second young miss of the Su family, with her supple waist and ample bosom, will be far more satisfying. Su Yan's face flushed crimson with fury, yet she had no time to heed their taunts. Qin Zihan, the imperial exams are in 3 days. How dare you cripple my brother's hand? Qin Zihan flashed a wicked grin. He casually pulled Su Yan onto his lap, snatched the dagger from his subordinate, and swung it at his brother's hand. Then watch closely and see if I dare or not. I'd barely rested for half an hour when commotion erupted outside. Lu Yanran knelt abruptly before me. Xueming, it's terrible. Su Heng is gravely injured. I feigned confusion. Wasn't he supposed to meet you at the Red Pavilion? Why did you come to the Su residence? Lu Yanran's face was streaked with tears. His hand was severed. Dr. Lin examined him, but it's hopeless. Now, I can only beg you, take the Su residence's official order to the palace and seek the imperial physician. I spread my hands helplessly. The Duke of Su and the princess are in the palace today. They're accompanying the Empress Dowager for prayers. The pass isn't even in the mansion. Lu Yanen collapsed onto the floor. What are we to do? It's all my fault, all my fault. My gaze was like a knife, cold and piercing as I stared at her. Yes, It's all your fault. Lu Yinan suddenly glared at me. How come you don't seem upset at all about Su Heng's accident? I clutched my chest, as if the pain still lingered. I only felt bad for myself. I didn't need to feel bad for others. Su Heng was injured because of you. Who are you crying for here? You've already entered the brothel, yet you still cling to him, making him hold on to hope. Isn't all this exactly what you wanted? Lu Yinan pointed at me with piercing eyes. Mo Shuiying, don't gloat. Su Heng only has eyes for me. Even after I entered the red chamber, he still only has eyes for me. I stared at her coldly. So what? You're a whore. Lu Yanran's face flushed crimson with rage. Su Yan rushed in from outside. Mo Shuiying, hurry and tend to my brother. He's fainted twice already. I deliberately clutched my chest, frowning. Don't come near me. Just your presence makes my heart ache. Su Yan stamped her foot in frustration. Mo Shuiying, are you doing this on purpose? My brother's injured. I glanced at her sideways. Back when my heart palpitations flared, Su Yan would have dragged Su Heng away in a heartbeat. My brother isn't a doctor. Staying here won't cure him. Now I was following her example. I'm a patient now myself. How could I possibly look after your brother? Isn't Yanran here? Lu Yanran waved her hands frantically. I was just helping bring him back. Originally, Lu Yanran was supposed to attend to Qin Zihan tonight, but the situation escalated. Qin Zihan had been summoned back by his father, the Prince Gong. Amidst the commotion outside, the Duke of Su and the princess returned. You dare show your face here? If not for you, Su Heng wouldn't have been injured. The princess raised her hand and slapped Lu Yinan across the face. The daughter of a convicted minister, reduced to a courtesan in a brothel, yet you dare dream of becoming my son's concubine? You're delusional. Terrified of her parents, Su Yan fell silent, unable to utter a word. Lu Yinan covered her face and wept. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. The princess's face turned ashen. Of course it's your fault. Because of you, both my son and daughter are ruined. Now get out of here, or I won't be polite. Lu Yinan bowed her head in humiliation, sniffling and running out. The princess turned to look at me. Xu Wening, you're usually so level-headed. What happened this time? Why didn't you stop Su Heng? I pretended to shed 2 tears. Princess, I've been trying to persuade Su Heng these past few days, but he wouldn't listen. I tried to stop him again this morning, but when my heart palpitations flared up, he ignored me and left on his own. The princess sighed, then turned to look at Su Yan. Get to the inner courtyard and kneel. An unmarried girl running off to the brothel to disgrace herself, do you even want to marry anymore? Su Yan stamped her foot in frustration, covering her face and running off in tears. My heart swelled with satisfaction, yet it felt woefully inadequate. Su Heng lay on the couch. The imperial physician had examined him, his life was not in danger, but his hand could never be reattached. He was crippled for life. I sat quietly by his side. Su Heng, let's divorce. Surprise filled Su Heng's eyes. Why bring this up now? Because I went to the Red Pavilion to stand up for Yanran? I only wanted to help her. I shook my head, gently squeezing his hand. Pain made sweat bead on Su Heng's forehead. It hurts. I looked at him calmly. I was wrong before. You married me out of gratitude for saving your life. I overstepped my bounds. Now the whole city knows, everyone knows you severed your own hand for Lu Yanran. Such devotion is truly moving. I don't want to keep hurting each other. Su Heng pressed his lips tightly together, deep in thought. If you insist, I can agree. I turned and retrieved the divorce papers from the cabinet. Su Heng stared at me in shock. You've already prepared these? I nodded. I'd written it after returning from the Red Pavilion. Su Heng looked utterly remorseful. Xu Eming, I'm the one who wronged you. If you ever need my help in the future, just ask. I shook my head. No need. Give me 2 days to pack my belongings, and I'll leave immediately. Su Heng frowned, as if something occurred to him. 3 days, that's the day of the imperial examinations. Soo-Hung stared at his own hands. I'm ruined. I'm nothing but a failure now. I ignored his profound despair. He had brought this upon himself. Suddenly, Soo-Hung turned to face me. Soo-Hung, could it be that you seek a divorce because you see my political career is over? A chill ran through me. So this was how he truly viewed me. In his heart, I was nothing but a selfish, opportunistic woman. Young master, have you forgotten your own talents? You've been a double-edged sword since childhood. With the Duke of Su and the princess by your side, why would you ever lack a path to officialdom? Soo-Hung felt a slight comfort. On the day of the imperial examinations, the entire Su household saw Soo-Hung off. Xiao Tao and I headed in the opposite direction, leaving the Su residence. Mistress, shall we return to the Mo family? No. Let's find a place to stay. I haven't seen the best part yet. After the exams, Soo-Hung rushed straight to the Red Pavilion to find Lu Yanan. Yanan, I'll find a way to buy your freedom. Lu Yanan shook her head in refusal. Prince Qin has already come. He gave mother he a sum of silver and redeemed me. Soo-Hung was stunned. Why could he redeem me? Without the emperor's permission, official courtesans cannot be redeemed so easily. Lu Yanran sighed helplessly. I don't know either. Soo-Hung, my body is already defiled. Don't come looking for me anymore. Soo-Hung's eyes widened abruptly. Did he still come looking for you later? Lu Yanran nodded, 2 clear tears falling. He spent so much money. How could he let me go? Soo-Hung clutched his chest, visibly distressed. It's all my fault. If only I'd guessed correctly, none of this would have happened. Lu Yanran covered her face in anguish. Soo-Hung stepped forward and gently embraced her. What a pair of ill-fated lovers. 2 days later, Qin Zihan married Lu Yanran as his 8th concubine. No grand palanquin, no fanfare. Lu Yanran was carried in a small sedan chair to the back gate. 8th concubine, step down and crawl through the dog hole. Dressed in her pink wedding gown, Lu Yanran wept with fury. Don't push your luck. I'm still the master's wife. The welcoming matron replied coldly. 8th concubine, these are the Qin household's rules. Surveying her surroundings, finding no one to turn to, Lu Yanran bit her lip, seething with resentment yet forced to comply. After crawling through the dog hole, Lu Yanran's makeup was smudged and her wedding gown stained. Qin Zihan's 7 wives sat in the front hall. Kneel and offer tea. Lu Yanran knelt to present the tea. One wife took a sip and suddenly spat it all over Lu Yanran's face. It's scalding. Trying to burn me to death? Tea splattered across Lu Yanran's face, and she trembled with rage. Don't push it too far. Qin Zihan stepped forward and slapped Lu Yanran hard across the face. How dare you? Many banquet guests watched below, looking on as if amused by a spectacle. Soo-Hung was present too, and he could no longer bear it. He lunged forward in a single stride. Qin Zihan, you've gone too far. Qin Zihan gave a cold laugh. What? Marrying the person dearest to the young marquis's heart is too much for you now? Soo-Hung understood, Qin Zihan was targeting him. Her torment of Lu Yanan was meant to humiliate him. If you have a problem with me, why didn't you just not marry her? Qin Zihan wrapped her arm around Lu Yanan. She's my woman. I can do whatever I want with her. Qin Zihan lifted Lu Yanran's chin with his hand. Come on, it's a big day today. Dance for everyone. Furious and humiliated, Lu Yanran shoved Qin Zihan away, trying to run but finding no escape. Qin Zihan kicked her hard, sending her crashing to the ground. Soo-Hung stepped forward to shield Lu Yanran, but his broken hand was useless against the attack. What exactly do you want to let Yanran go? Qin Zihan stroked his chin with a wicked grin. Crawl between my legs, and I'll spare her. Soo-Hung's eyes burned red with rage, a fury that could kill. Refuse? Guards! Hold on! Soo-Hung gritted his teeth, steeled his resolve. Yanran, turn away. Don't watch. Lu Yanran burst into tears, covering her face as she sobbed. Soo-Hung crawled forward slowly, crawling between Qin Zihan's legs. Ha 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 ha. Everyone burst into laughter. Su Heng's face twisted with fury as he carried Lu Yanran away. Upon learning of Su Heng's actions, the princess fell ill from the shock. The Duke of Su bitterly denounced the Prince Gong for indulging his son's recklessness and even petitioned the emperor. Yet the emperor favored the Prince Gong and refused to take the matter seriously. During this period, Su Heng endured the scornful glances of everyone. Daring not return to the Su residence, he stayed at an inn, gradually spending all his silver. When Su Heng finally returned to the mansion, it was shrouded in gloom. Even the Duke of Su looked noticeably aged. Seeing the princess, tears welled up in Su Heng's eyes. Her hair had turned completely white overnight. She lay in bed, weak and listless. Su Heng knelt before her, his head bowed in anguished sobs. "I'm sorry, mother." Regret began to gnaw at him. The next time Su Heng saw her was on the day the imperial examination results were announced. Qin Zihan ranked first, while Su Heng's name was nowhere to be found. Su Heng hung his head like a defeated rooster, utterly dejected. Lu Yanan stood by his side. "You'll surely pass next time." Su Heng shook his head helplessly. "This useless hand of mine." Now, Su Heng's right hand was nothing but a bare, small fist. "I was accompanying my brother as we looked at the list. My brother had ranked 8th. Su Heng spotted me and came over to congratulate my brother. Brother Imo, congratulations." My brother gave him a cold glance. "Young Marquis, we dare not accept such praise. It's too much for us." My brother pulled me away. Su Heng stopped me. "Xueming, might we speak for a moment?" My brother glanced at me, seeking my consent. "Young master, we have nothing to discuss." Su Heng urgently intercepted me again. "Xueming, I heard Qin Zihan intends to propose to the Imo household. You must not marry him, he seeks you only to spite me." I smiled faintly, glancing at Lu Yanan. "I'm not as foolish as some people." Then I turned my gaze back to Su Heng. "And you're not that important either." Su Heng stared at me blankly. I'd never been so rude to him before. "Young Marquis, your love for Miss Yanan is truly heartrending. Please don't speak to me anymore. Don't make Miss Lu jealous." I glanced up to see Lu Yanran standing behind him, too afraid to approach. Her face was twisted with hurt, tears welling in her eyes. "Xueming, Yanran and I aren't what you think. She's Qin Zihan's 8th wife." I smiled faintly. "I know. What happened at the wedding banquet has spread far and wide." Su Heng's left hand grabbed mine. "I've thought a lot these past days. Back when we were together, you always took such good care of the household. My parents adored you. Xuening, can you come back?" I gently withdrew my hand. "Young Marquis, please control yourself. What's past is past. We can't go back. My hands are dirty. I need to go wash them properly." Su Heng's dry voice seemed filled with sorrow. "I'm sorry. I misunderstood you before." I frowned slightly. "Misunderstandings? Which ones?" "There were too many. I don't care anymore." Seeing my resolve unchanged, Su Heng silently lowered his head. "Everything is my own doing." I couldn't be bothered to look at him. Now he pretended to be deeply affectionate, but in the past life, he was the one who drew his sword and killed me. Could regret erase his mistakes? Impossible. My brother and I left first. Lu Yanan bit her lip until it nearly bled, her fists clenched tight. As I passed her, she glared at me with hatred, like an ugly, pitiable woman consumed by resentment. "Su Heng, I don't want to stay at the inn anymore. Can you take me back to the Su residence?" Lu Yanan looked at Su Heng timidly. "My mother is already ill. How could I possibly bring you back? I'll rent you a house." Lu Yanan reached for Su Heng's hand, but in a moment of carelessness, she grasped his bare, smooth fist. Su Heng frowned and quickly withdrew his hand into his sleeve. Startled, Lu Yanan let go. "I'm sorry, Su Heng. I've thought it through, I can't return to the Qin residence. Could you give me a proper status? Even as a concubine, I'd accept." Su Heng sighed. "Yanran, nothing can ever go back to how it was. You're not the Yanran of before, and I'm not the Su Heng of the past. I've already sacrificed too much for you. Lu Yanran's mouth fell open in shock as realization dawned on her. Have you fallen for Mo Shuiying? But she deceived you back then. Su Heng met her gaze directly. Yanran, Su Yan befriended you and willingly joined her in deceiving me. I believed it. But lies always come to light eventually. It turned out that when Su Heng was down on his luck, he had once stumbled upon Tianyun Temple. The abbot had offered him guidance. Lay devotee Mo Shuiying comes to the mountain every year to pray and pay respects to the late Master Hong Tian. A person so kind-hearted could never be the one who deliberately set you up. Only then did Su Heng realize that his fall into the water a year ago had truly been a coincidence. Heaven had granted him a perfect match, but he hadn't grasped it, letting it slip away. Lu Yanran's tears fell uncontrollably. But I love you, Su Heng. I truly love you. A loud shout echoed from afar. Still wallowing in love? Qin Zihan strode over, smug and triumphant. Yanran, you've wandered long enough. Stop embarrassing me. Come back with me. Startled, Lu Yanran stumbled backward and fell to the ground. Su Heng stepped forward. Qin Zihan, I'll return the money I paid to free Yanran. Let her go. If you want to take me on, come at me directly. Qin Zihan laughed contemptuously. You're already crippled and failed the imperial exams. Do you even deserve to be my opponent? Lu Yanan, I redeemed her from the brothel. She belongs to me for life. Qin Zihan reached out to grab Lu Yanan, but she bit down hard on his hand. Dare bite me? Qin Zihan slapped her across the face, blood trickling from the corner of her mouth. Su Heng lunged forward but was kicked away by Qin Zihan. Qin Zihan's servants swarmed Su Heng, punching and kicking him. Qin Zihan drew a dagger, forcing Lu Yanran's hand to grip it. Kill him, and I'll spare you. Terrified, Lu Yanran shook her head. No. I'll die if I kill someone. I won't do it. Qin Zihan leaned close to her ear. If you don't kill him, you die. Lu Yanran's eyes widened in terror. You're a bastard. Qin Zihan laughed triumphantly. Do it, and I'll send you out of the city. Life or death is your choice. Lu Yanran trembled all over, crying as she looked at Su Heng. Su Heng stared at Lu Yanran in disbelief. Yanran, what are you doing? Lu Yanran trembled uncontrollably, clutching the dagger as she wept. I'm sorry, Su Heng. I'm doing this to survive. I refuse to return to that past. With a sudden surge of resolve, she plunged the dagger into Su Heng's abdomen. She pulled it out and stabbed him several more times. Su Heng collapsed in a pool of blood. A carriage carried Lu Yanan out of the city, but just beyond the city gates, she was seized by men in black. Lu Yanan was thrown into prison. Qin Zihan had used her as a pawn, never expecting Lu Yanan to survive. The princess, who had only recently recovered from illness, suffered another blow and seemed on the verge of withering away. Out of courtesy, I accompanied her to the prison. You wretched woman. You killed Su Heng. I knew you were a curse from the start. I regret not killing you sooner. Lu Yanran's spirit was broken. Her eyes held no light, her appearance devoid of life. I am the daughter of a disgraced minister. Of course you all despise me. Before my father's downfall, you practically begged me to be your daughter-in-law. I accepted my fate, but you, princess, are equally powerless. Qin Zihan was the mastermind behind Su Heng's death, yet you dared not confront him. The princess choked on her words, knowing this was the truth. Prince Gong's influence was too vast, they stood no chance against him. I stared coldly at Lu Yanan. You were in cahoots with Qin Zihan from the very beginning, weren't you? Lu Yanan suddenly fixed her gaze on me. At the Red Pavilion, how could Qin Zihan possibly have guessed the color of your undershirt? Was that really just luck? You've long harbored resentment toward the Su family because they refused to aid your father when he fell on hard times. You and Qin Zihan conspired to strike 3 days before the imperial examinations to ruin Su Heng's political prospects and eliminate his greatest rival. In return, he promised to rescue you from the Red Mansion and marry you. Lu Yanan stared at me in disbelief, I had guessed correctly after all. Lu Yanan thought that by helping Qin Zihan, she climbed onto another high branch, securing a life of luxury and privilege. Alas, Qin Zihan never regarded her as a person, he used her and discarded her. The princess realized this, her anger making her grip the prison bars tightly. How dare you scheme against Su Heng? He loved you so much, how could you do this to him? You're dead. No, I want you to live in agony, begging for death. Lu Yanran went mad, laughing hysterically to the heavens. How much could he possibly care? He's just another selfish man. When my father fell into trouble, I begged you on my knees for 3 days and nights, yet you refused to help. When I was thrown into the brothel and suffered every torment, did you ever lift a finger for me? Su Heng betrayed me. He deserves to die. In the end, he was just foolish. The princess stumbled in fury and fainted instantly. I hurried to catch her. Later, Lu Yanan took her own life in prison. At least in death, she could choose a swift end. The young marquis's funeral proceeded as scheduled. I did not attend. Xiao Tao and I slipped away to Tianyun Temple to pray. Not for Su Heng's ascension to paradise, but for our own survival through this calamity. The end.